Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. And in this video we're going to fully explain the Uncle Howdy character. Now we did do a video very similar to this a couple of months ago, however it's safe to say a lot has changed, and I mean a lot. Since then, of course, we've seen the debut of the Wyatt Sicks and Uncle Howdy being fully embraced by none other than Bo Dallas. I mean, man, a lot has changed. But if we go all the way back to the start, the very first time we saw the Uncle Howdy character, it was all the way back in Extreme Rules 2022, when of course Bray Wyatt was wearing an Uncle Howdy mask. We didn't know who that character was at the time, and of course Uncle Howdy popped up on the television set in the deserted Firefly Funhouse. Who killed the world? You did, madam. We did. And at this point we didn't really know what on earth they were on about. We didn't know what this character was until of course it popped up on the Titantron, and I kind of refer to this as Ghost Uncle Howdy, and I think there's a lot of parallels to the lyrics in Bray Wyatt's theme Shatter, and we'll come on to that in a moment. But very, very clearly you could see that the ghost version of Uncle Howdy was part in some way of Bray Wyatt's psyche. He was like the dark side of Bray Wyatt's mind. We found out in the Bray Wyatt documentary that Uncle Howdy was actually a character that haunted Bray Wyatt in his childhood. And I suppose this of course was the kayfabe explanation as to all of this, that Bray Wyatt now was just a servant. He goes where the circle takes him because he just follows Uncle Howdy, the dark side of his psyche, I suppose, if you like. Now, I'm still to this day pretty sure that Bray Wyatt was doing the voiceovers to these segments, just the cadence. It felt like Bray Wyatt, and even down to the physical details, like the silver grills on the teeth as well. It just felt very Bray, and Bray Wyatt was an absolute genius. Of course, he could pull off multiple characters, multiple alter egos. But how I took it at this point was, essentially, Uncle Howdy was part of Bray Wyatt. I wouldn't go as far as to say Bray Wyatt was Uncle Howdy, but Uncle Howdy was part of Bray's psyche. We know that Uncle Howdy hated liars, and if he knew everything about what Bray was thinking, which he claimed he did, I am the ghost of the man who sold the world, then he'd know full well that Bray was a liar. He exposed Bray Wyatt as a liar. He revealed the psychological reports that Bray Wyatt was essentially psychologically unhinged, so he could claim just to be a servant and we'd all believe him. But the reality is he sent the Fiend away, and he even claimed in a Ryan Satin interview that the Fiend died that day at WrestleMania 37. We know from the Bray Wyatt documentary that wasn't the case at all. We were going to see the Fiend version 2. So I'm pretty confident in saying that very first version of Uncle Howdy was very much part of Bray. Very, very much. And even in the lyric Shatter, it's a slight giveaway. I am the coil, I am the spring, I am the ghost in the machine. Ghost Howdy is Bray. And even you saw times where Bray Wyatt would resist Uncle Howdy. Remember that backstage segment where he went to attack the crew member? It was Uncle Howdy screaming, hurt them, but he resisted it. Even from that segment, it was very clear to see that Uncle Howdy was part of Bray Wyatt psychologically. And then of course we got the reveal of Uncle Howdy number 2, if you like, the first physical reveal of Uncle Howdy. Now note, Bray Wyatt was 6'3" and Bo Dallas is 6'1". This version of Uncle Howdy is definitely, in my opinion, not Bo Dallas. This was a full-on rubber mask, and this version of Uncle Howdy was purely used just to trick LA Knight. At this point in the storyline, in the feud between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt, LA Knight had been attacked multiple times by a figure in an Uncle Howdy mask, and I'm pretty convinced even to this day that was Bray Wyatt, and this version of Uncle Howdy was just to foil LA Knight, to make it appear that he wasn't the one that attacked him. LA Knight was confused, but I think still deep down he knew that Bray Wyatt was in that Uncle Howdy mask attacking him. Remember, this version of Uncle Howdy is in a full-on rubber mask. There's no way they were going to move forward with this version. And remember the sound effects, the laughing of Uncle Howdy in the background? It was Bray Wyatt's voice laughing all along. It was Bray Wyatt tricking LA Knight all along. He can play with the Uncle Howdy character. Uncle Howdy can be whatever Bray Wyatt wants it to be, can take on whatever physical form he wants it to be. Bray Wyatt at this point in the storyline was full on lying left, right and centre. Now, who was portraying Uncle Howdy in that moment? I'm guessing it possibly could have been Jason Baker. I mean, Jason Baker did portray The Fiend briefly, of course, at Extreme Rules 2022 on Bray Wyatt's return. It looks like his sort of stature, so it could be, but still to this day, I don't think we've ever got confirmation who at that moment was portraying Uncle Howdy. Now, if we were unsure who the first physical version of Uncle Howdy was, we damn sure knew who the second physical version of Uncle Howdy was. The earring was a slight giveaway. Of course, we saw a second version, if you like, of Uncle Howdy physically attacking Bray Wyatt, delivering the Sister Abigail, an absolute textbook Sister Abigail. And we know to this day who that was. Of course, Bo Dallas portraying Uncle Howdy. And at that point in the storyline, I still believe to this day it was to cover Bray Wyatt's lies. It's even in the lyrics of Shatter, "Lie for me, brother, know not what you said, use me for cover." At that point, it felt like we had a whole new character entirely in Uncle Howdy being portrayed by Bo Dallas, and that Bray Wyatt was just a servant to Uncle Howdy. But in reality, there was far more trickery going on there. Bray Wyatt was using his brother to cover his lies, to make it appear that he was just following Uncle Howdy. All you needed was a little push. But in reality, Bray was still the one in control, because Uncle Howdy was part of Bray Wyatt's psyche. Uncle Howdy was telling him what to do. Therefore, this trickery again that was going on was fooling us fans, and definitely fooling LA Knight. I mean, he didn't have a clue what to believe. I mean, it was a bit fishy. One week, Uncle Howdy comes out and attacks Bray Wyatt. The next week, or the following weeks, they're in sync, attacking Hit Row, and Bray Wyatt is saying, "Now that I got my family together." I mean, it was a little bit suspect. So I still believe Bray Wyatt was lying to that point, and he was very much in control of what was going on and aware of Uncle Howdy and his intentions. Now, of course, we also know that that version of Uncle Howdy being portrayed by Bo Dallas at the time was also haunting Alexa Bliss, getting Alexa Bliss to acknowledge the fact that Uncle Howdy was the one in charge. And of course, we saw that at the Royal Rumble 2023. And of course, since then, we haven't seen Alexa Bliss back in the WWE universe. And we'll never truly know the storyline plot when it comes to Bray Wyatt and his Uncle Howdy character. But what we do know is, to this present day, Bo Dallas has fully embraced Uncle Howdy. And the way I take it, he's kind of taken on the spirit of Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy and fully embraced both. He's acknowledging the words of the Red, and he is fully taken on Uncle Howdy. This time we can truly say Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy. And I love that, because it makes sense, because Bo Dallas was portraying Uncle Howdy in the original Bray Wyatt storyline. So why not have him now fully embrace Uncle Howdy, but also embrace his brother's legacy as well and continue that on? I love it when Bo Dallas says, "There you are." It's like he recognizes and fully embraces Uncle Howdy at this point. He started his own family. We've of course seen the Wyatt Sicks run absolute havoc in WWE, and it's such a touching tribute to Bray along the way as well. We'll never know what the original storyline was. I'm assuming The Fiend and Bo Dallas would have joined together as a cohesive unit, and we would have got the Wyatt Sicks, the missing sixth member that would have been The Fiend. And now they've got the option of having the sixth member as Bray Wyatt sort of spiritually, with the lantern representing that, the rocking chair representing that. Or maybe someone else comes into the fold as a sixth member. We'll have to wait and see, but I do believe the original plan would have led to the Wyatt Sicks. I think that was the direction they were going in. There were a lot of rumours around that time that Bray Wyatt was bringing a faction to WWE, and bearing in mind we had the tease at the Royal Rumble with that character with the number 6 in Roman numerals on his head, I think it's safe to say we were going to get the Wyatt Sicks, but maybe a slightly different spin to what we saw. We would have had the Firefly Funhouse come to life, I'm pretty sure of that. But it might have been different people portraying them. Or maybe these were the people that were picked all along. Who knows? What do you think? Get down in the comments section, share your thoughts and opinions. And as always, it'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And we'll catch you in the next one.